What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa news channel where I read you those cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to. And it's been a while. Yeah, I've been super busy where I get exhausted. I just can't bring you the news. So let's get caught up in the week. I can't believe it's been like 5 days, 6 days since I did a video. Crazy. But again, what happened to Bitcoin? Like, we passed 100,000 last week. It was woo, and then we saw a little retraction to 92, but that's okay. Like, people want to take profits. What did we see? Like 1.9 billion in liquidations out there. Maybe it was a little bit more than that, but no, it's healthy. People want to take their profits. People got in last year, bought Bitcoin at 16,000. Like, it's okay, and there's still plenty of other people. But just because Bitcoin was down, it actually affected everything else. If you look at the sea of red on the crypto bubbles chart, it's like a red, some green. Looks like XDC had a pretty good day. Ray, Mint, and then XRM out there. So there was a couple guys in the green, but oh man, Amanda this morning, she's like, no, Sherpa, look at my portfolio, it's down. It's like it's the market. We're still just the beginning of all this fun stuff. So if you're crying now, just don't be just hold on, just be patient. But yeah, I got tons of news articles. I hope the audio is working for you guys, because I know like Bitcoin Ben had audio issues this morning, some other YouTubers, especially those that use StreamYard like I'm using. So it's like, I'm really hoping the audio goes through. But yes, let's go over the news. Lots of Bitcoin news and 3 other smaller articles out there. So let's just dive right on in. I know Microsoft was in discussions on if they want to add Bitcoin, but sadly they did not. Microsoft shareholders vote no on the Bitcoin reserve. The company's board opposed the resolution, citing Bitcoin's purportedly violated as a negative factor. So that's why it's a no for now. This is like the first time they did it. They will eventually be added on. So again, I know a lot of people are hoping for this because Microsoft, lots of money behind them, but it would have been good for Bitcoin, but those have to get in at a higher price, that's for sure. Let's go through this article to learn a little bit more about their decision. Microsoft shareholders voted against a resolution to add Bitcoin to the company's balance sheets during the firm's annual meeting on December 10th. The National Center for Public Policy Research, or a pro-free market think tank based in Washington, D.C., had proposed the resolution, framing it as its corporate duty to provide value to the shareholders through profit diversification. Now, what took place at the shareholder meeting? The NCPPR submitted a pre-recorded video outlining their proposal, which was played during the shareholders' meeting. The video, which opened with the line, "Microsoft can't afford to miss the next technology wave, and Bitcoin is that wave," was repleted with charts and figures demonstrating the potential value of holding Bitcoin. Now, in making its case, the group promised that adopting Bitcoin would create trillions in value and strip away risk from shareholders. The video echoed sentiments previously made in the text of its resolution. It said the institutional and corporate adoption of Bitcoin is becoming more commonplace, and Microsoft's second largest shareholder, BlackRock, offers its clients a Bitcoin ETF. Now, the proposal did point out that Bitcoin was more volatile than corporate bonds and thus advised against holding too much of it, but also advised against risking shareholders' value by ignoring Bitcoin altogether. Now, as such, the NCPPR recommended using between 1% to 5% of the firm's profits to purchase Bitcoin. Thus, Propelling formally requested that Microsoft conduct an assessment to determine if diversifying the company's balance sheet by including Bitcoin is in the best long-term interest of shareholders. So, okay, so as you saw right there, 1% to 5%. So they are talking about putting at least some of it in there. So that's actually a good sign. They're going to start liking it. They're going to see what MicroStrategy's been doing all this time. But in a 14A filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Microsoft's board formally recommended against the proposal. In its remarks, the board called the proposal unnecessary and said that the company already carefully considers this topic. Now, as the proposal itself notes, volatility is a factor to consider in evaluating cryptocurrency investments for corporate treasury applications that require stable and predictable investments to ensure liquidity and operational funds. Now, too reliant on FOMO? Well, much of the proposal's text appears to rely on the fear of missing out, or FOMO, mentality. The proposal cited both MicroStrategy and BlackRock's Bitcoin adoption as a motivational factor. On December 1st, Microsoft board heard a 3-minute speech from Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor, who claimed that Microsoft could add almost $5 trillion to its market cap if it were to go all in on Bitcoin. Now, Microsoft can't afford to miss the next technology wave, and Bitcoin is that wave, Saylor said in his pitch for Microsoft to convert its cash flows, dividend payouts, debt, and stock buybacks into Bitcoin. However, Microsoft's board was unswayed ahead of the vote. Microsoft has a strong and appropriate process in place to manage and diversify its corporate treasury for the long-term benefit of its shareholders, wrote the board in an aforementioned SEC filing amid the requested public assessment is unwarranted. Now, in the filing board, oh, well, you're not. Sorry, I'm doing a video now. Yeah, we just ordered Buffalo Wild Wings, and they are terrible. So, sorry, Buffalo Wild Wings, you got our disapproval. Let's continue on with this article. In the filing board, recognized that MicroStrategy's operations were similar to its own, but declined to extend the comparison beyond the two firms' differing approaches to the burgeoning cryptocurrency market. According to the preliminary results, the shareholders voted against the resolution and kept with the board's guidance against adopting Bitcoin. The NCPPR think tank submitted a similar proposal with Amazon on December 8th, which will be considered in the company's April 2025 shareholder meeting. Now, in that pitch, NCPPR said that consumer price index inflation rate of 4.9% is fast eroding Amazon's $88 billion in cash and short-term cash equivalents, and that Bitcoin could hedge that risk to protect shareholder values. So again, it's a no from Microsoft in putting more of their money into it. But hey, they said 1 to 5%. Well, let's see if they do that. But you know who else is going to actually add like 5% or did a proposal as well? Amazon. That's right. That goes into our next article on will Amazon buy Bitcoin? Shareholders propose a 5% investment. So yeah, shareholders of Amazon Inc. have submitted a proposal urging that $2.3 trillion or the $2.3 trillion technology conglomerate to consider adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet. The measure submitted by the National Center for Public Policy Research, slated for discussions at Amazon's 2025 annual shareholders meeting in April, calls on the company's board to assess whether incorporating Bitcoin as a treasury asset would serve the best long-term interest of shareholders. Now, will Amazon buy Bitcoin? In the proposal, shareholders stress that Amazon's current treasury management may be insufficient in the face of ongoing inflation. As stated in the submission, corporations that invested their assets wisely and can often do so increase shareholders' value more than more profitable businesses that don't. According to supporting materials, Amazon's current treasury includes approximately $88 billion in cash equivalents and market securities out of a total of $585 billion in assets as of September 30th, 2024. The proposal's authors argued that inflationary pressures and sub-inflationary bonds yield an eroding to the purchasing power of these holds. Now, they cite the U.S. Consumer Price Index, which averaged annual rate of 4.95% over the past 4 years, and at times peaking at 9.1%, while suggesting that in reality, the true inflation rate is significantly higher against this backdrop. The submission suggests that Amazon has a fiduciary duty to consider inflation resisting. So yeah, inflation's really high and their numbers are not adding up. The shareholders point to Bitcoin's historic returns to bolster their case, and they note that as of December 6, 2024, Bitcoin's price rose 131% over the previous year, outperforming corporate bonds by 126% on average. So yeah. So again, Microsoft, I don't know why you didn't want to make that decision, but it's performing way better than bonds. Now, over the 5-year horizon, Bitcoin's price increased by 1,246%, surpassing corporate bond returns by an estimated 1,242% during that period. Amazon should and perhaps have a fiduciary duty to consider adding the asset to its treasury that appreciates more than bonds do, even if those assets are more volatile short-term, the proposal states. Now, they just go on saying what we noticed in the last article, BlackRock, Fidelity, who else is it who's onboarding and everything. But no, Amazon should totally add it, as well as every other company. We're going to start seeing that. Not just companies, countries and governments are going to do it. Like, is Trump going to go through with the Treasury Reserve of Bitcoin? Are the states going to do it? Now we're hearing that Russia is going to really start adding it. If you look at this next article, Russia State Duma deputy proposes a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So again, everyone's starting to add it. Some are companies are just testing the waters, but countries are just going full board into it. So let's go through this article from Bitcoin Magazine. Today, the Russian state-owned domestic news agency, RIA, Novosti, reported that State Duma deputy Anton Tekhachev, I probably did not say that right, proposed to creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve for Russia, claiming that they have obtained a copy of the document. Tekhachev from New People Party sent the proposal to Russia's finance minister, Anton Siluanov. I cannot say Russian names. Now, to create a Bitcoin reserve similar to Russia's traditional currency reserves. There is Bitcoin Magazine reporting on that, saying that Justin, the Russian State Duma deputy, Anton proposed creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So this is going pretty good. He was like, I ask you, dear Anton Germanovich, to assess the feasibility of creating a strategic reserve of Bitcoin in Russia. By analogy with the state reserves and traditional currencies, the document reportedly stated that if the initiative is approved, I ask you to submit it to the government of the Russian Federation for further implementation. So in conditions of limited access to traditional international payment systems for countries under sanctions, cryptocurrencies are becoming virtually the only instrument for international trade. The Central Bank of Russia is already preparing to launch an experiment in cross-border settlements in cryptocurrency. The document reportedly goes on to explain. Tekhachev's document explains that creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve could enhance Russia's financial stability, noting that traditional currency reserves such as the dollar, euro, and yuan are all subject to inflation and sanctions, and that a new alternative independent of any individual country is needed, and that's where Bitcoin comes in. Yes. Now, this development continues the trend of countries looking to build a strategic Bitcoin reserve, including the United States, El Salvador, Brazil, Poland, and others out there. Now, an initiative led by the United States and President-elect Donald Trump, the U.S. is looking to build a strategic Bitcoin reserve of over 1 million Bitcoin, which appears to have caught the attention of certain Russian officials. Now, just 5 days ago, Russian President Vladimir Putin publicly stated that no one can ban or prohibit the use of Bitcoin and that it will continue to develop. Earlier this year, Putin also signed a new law legalizing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mining within the country. And I did cover this article in my last video, which was a week ago. So yeah, Russia is all on board for it. They're going to hopefully start pushing it through. And then, yeah, we'll see it's just going to be like a domino effect. Russia will have theirs. Trump's in the works of theirs. So then we'll see the United States. And then all the other countries will follow through. And then once the countries and governments have it, then it gets pushed down to the people. So people should not be fearing and selling their Bitcoin right now. But this article did mention El Salvador. They were the first ones to legalize Bitcoin as an actual legal tender out there. But it looks like they got to weaken that Bitcoin law just a little bit. Still legalized, but they're just tweaking it just a bit to secure some funding with the IMF, which we're going to go over in this next article. So El Salvador will soon reach a deal with the International Monetary Fund per a report, but only by softening its Bitcoin law. So what is it going to be softening? Let's find out. El Salvador is coming closer to securing a deal with the International Monetary Fund, but is to change some parts of its controversial Bitcoin law in return, according to a newspaper report. The tiny Central American country will secure a multi-billion-dollar funding as part of a deal with the IMF in the next few weeks, the Financial Times reported Monday, citing that people close to the talks. Now, in return, the government will stop forcing businesses to accept Bitcoin out of the newspaper, and they can instead voluntarily accept it as payment. So that's really the only little thing that's changing. So, like, having businesses, I think the law states that, like, if you're a business that's capable of accepting Bitcoin, you must do it. But now that's going to be the only part of saying you don't have to do it. But if you want to, you're more than welcome to still, and I don't know why they wouldn't. But the deal would unlock a total of $2 billion in loans from the World Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank, aimed at supporting macroeconomic adjustments and structural reforms. Now, neither the IMF nor a press person for the Salvadoran government immediately responded to Decrypt's question, and the IMF said in a statement to Decrypt that it was currently in the country engaging with the Salvadoran government to reach an agreement on a new fund-supported program. El Salvador has been in talks with the IMF for years about a program to help the country's economy grow. The impoverished and formerly crime-ridden country made Bitcoin legal tender along with the dollar back in 2021, forcing businesses to accept the cryptocurrency if they have the technological means to do so. But the IMF criticized the move at the time, citing a number of macroeconomic, financial, and legal issues. It has since asked the country to drop the law altogether. Now, the Bitcoin law was a brainchild of Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele, an eccentric leader who has teased the IMF on X, formerly known as Twitter. He also used the country's coffers to buy Bitcoin. And yeah, he would be trolling them like no other. Just like, oh, IMF, there you go. Oh no, ha ha ha, so funny. So yeah, Nayib was one to definitely have a humor with this. But so far, Salvador's Bitcoin store is, I think, like up $300 billion right now. So they may recall with legalizing it 4 years ago, and yeah, they got the head start. So they are going to do just fine in this new world. So that is, I think, all of our Bitcoin news. I know there was quite a bit, but do I have any more? Let me just check. Oh, I got one more Bitcoin news article to you, and I see in the comments is Divi dead. No, we're just being patient right now on everything being moved over from labs to the foundation. They're working on side chains. I know they're still working on the crypto app for the crypto clubs we got here and everything to white label that. So they're not dead. It's just silent right now. So I'm still holding on my Divi, and that's why there hasn't been any update. So there you go, GP. So yeah, let's go into our last Bitcoin news article, which is Bitcoin a threat to quantum computing chips out there? Because yes, Google's Willow quantum chip brings Bitcoin security debate 10 years closer. So Willow quantum chip milestone prompts the crypto industry to tackle future proofing obligations for Bitcoin. Now, Google has just unveiled its latest innovation, the Willow quantum computing chips, during discussions within the crypto community about its potential impact on Bitcoin's cryptographic security. On December 9th, Sundar Pichai, Google CEO, introduced the Willow chip as a breakthrough in quantum computing. It boasts error reduction capabilities and 105 qubits, a new computational power milestone. Now, this is a quantum leap in computing. Pichai revealed that Willow achieved a benchmark computation under 5 minutes that would take a modern supercomputer an astonishing 10 septillion years to do, a timeline incomprehensible longer than the universe's age of 13.8 billion years, so computers are getting smarter. Further, Willow's design includes low error rates, gates, and high connectivity algorithms, making it a significant step forward in the quest for scalable quantum computing. Now, the advancements highlight quantum's computing potential to revolutionize its fields dependent on complex calculations. According to Pichai, we see Willow as an important step in our journey to build a useful quantum computer with practical applications in the area, like drug discovery, fusion, energy, battery design, plus more. However, it also raises concerns about the security and encryption systems, passwords, and other cryptographic protections. Now, is Bitcoin's safety in focus right now because of this? I know a lot of people have been worried about quantum computing out there. But concerns over Willow's implications for Bitcoin's cryptographic safety emerge quickly, and critics argue that chips could someday undermine the top crypto security framework. However, leading crypto experts suggest that the technology is far from achieving that capability. The crypto venture capitalist Adam Cochran noted that while Willow highlights the need for post-quantum encryption, it does not currently endanger Bitcoin at all. According to Cochran, the milestone means that crypto industry has a shorter timeline, less than 10 years, to address quantum computing risks before they become a pressing issue, he stated. Now, with one breakthrough, we've seen a 20-year drop in how long Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have to start taking post-quantum encryption seriously, and another breakthrough of this equivalent size would put those issues on the doorstep in no time. Now, Emin Gün Sirer, co-founder of Aero Labs, expressed similar sentiments, emphasizing that Bitcoin remains secure. However, he advised proactive steps, particularly regarding Satoshi Nakamoto's early minted Bitcoin, which uses the outdated pay-to-public key format. So unlike modern wallets nowadays, this format exposes public keys, potentially creating vulnerabilities if quantum computing advances further. So hopefully they can put a little nick in that Satoshi's wallet so they don't get grabbed up or snatched. So Suri suggested freezing these coins or implementing a sunset date for all P2PK-based transactions as a precautionary measure. So they should go away or just be frozen. What do you guys think on that one? But as long as the quantum chips coming now, nothing to worry about. Bitcoin crypto's fine. Again, just like their timeline was pushed down in the we need to start worrying about this, just 10 years shorter than what they had expected beforehand. Which isn't now. It's just on the long timeline. I forgot what they said with that. It's just, yeah. So nothing to fear with these new chips out there. No, that was it. That's it. That's all the Bitcoin news. I think I just got like maybe 3 other articles, but I really want to go eat these wings. So let us go through these last. Let's just hover through them because there's not really articles to really go through. But like one of the news articles out there was Cardano Foundation X account hacked and scam links to post removed. So yeah, so hopefully you weren't a part of that. But yeah, the Cardano Foundation's X account, Twitter, those what you used to know, was hacked. They posted like a fake Ada Soul token out there, and I think it gathered up around like $500,000 worth of money out of people. So hopefully nobody fell for it. This was that tweet out there. They took it down, but yeah, so didn't really have to play a key role in Cardano's price at all. So that wasn't so bad. And then what else is going on? I think this one involves, oh yeah, ultra rare Pokemon card valued at $250 is going on auction via an Ethereum network and Polygon. So yeah, someone is selling their infamous Charizard card out there. Now that holds dear to me because I remember like my 8th birthday getting a Charizard card. My dad got it for me. It's like, oh, there you go. I was like, no way. And then I totally lost it. Who knows what it would be worth? Who even knows if I took care of it? So it probably wouldn't be the same value as 250. But no, this guy's using. He's going to be selling it for crypto. Yeah, 250,000. It's a 30-day online auction on Polygon Labs. So yeah, Polygon. Yeah, it's been a while since we heard news about them, so that's actually pretty good in the news. The auction isn't just about the Charizard card. It's also about to showcase how blockchain can revolutionize the collectible world, said Polygon Labs CEO Mark Borin in a statement from the traditional collectors to DeFi enthusiasts. So yeah, so there's so much more use case than just selling this Charizard card. And yeah, Polygon, you can use Polygon for that. You have Polygon markets as well. But yeah, so some lucky person is going to buy this card. It is a mint condition first edition 10, so not bad. I wonder who's going to grab it. Not Sherpa. I had one and that's it. But yeah, so ultra rare Pokemon card gets sold there. And the last one article I had was just about how Radium beats Uniswap in monthly DEX volume. So yeah, just showcasing you that Solana is outpacing Ethereum right now because Uniswap is an Ethereum based decentralized exchange and Radium is a Solana decentralized exchange. So kind of puts in perspective where the market is at, where people are kind of throwing their money. So again, like I remember hearing Ivan on Tech always talk about like where are you in crypto? Like the boomers are all into Bitcoin and Ethereum, millennials are into memes, Gen Zers and all of them are into memes as well, but it's like they're on the Sol network. So yeah, so just showing you that Solana is actually doing quite well tomorrow. Even though I didn't like them, they're going to be around. So I just got to say that. But that is it for the news. I just want to cover all the Bitcoin news we had out there. Microsoft is not doing the investment, but they're putting 5% in at least. Amazon's talking about it as well. Same with Russia. And El Salvador's just tweaking their Bitcoin law, but it's still a legalized tender. Now, Bitcoin is currently sitting at $96,900. We're just hovering around there. Sideways action, which I kind of think was going to happen once we pass 100. Like, who knows? Like, literally, like this week, next week, Bitcoin can be back at 105, 110 as we just slowly go sideways up as we make our way through this bull run. But that is it, people. I hope everyone enjoyed. What else do I have in the comics things? And second that, Divi is dead. Chirpa, what's up with Divi? I already told I told JP. It's like not dead. It's just nothing's going on right now. They're just Divi Labs was ceased its operation, so they were the ones who made the mobile wallet. They're sending that to the Divi Foundation, and there's no fast rush on the mobile wallet to get back up. They were trying to get back at least staking vaults, the security behind it, and whatnot. And so that's what's going on there. But they're also working on their side chains. If you ever watch the Divi Project's YouTube channel, they do updates every week. And also, they're still working on the crypto app, or the app that's empowering the crypto clubs we got here, as well as doing the white labeling wallet for their blockchain. So it's not dead, it's just slow right now. But that is the Divi news I have for you. So just hold on to it. It's fine. I'm not sure if you can use it in Change Now yet, so I haven't tested that out. I've just been stacking my staking rewards. But that is it, though, guys, for the crypto news. Hope everyone has a fantastic night. I'm going to go eat some wings. Yes. And I will see you again, hopefully again sometime this week and not next. So I'll see you later.